Okay, so heading over to the NBA Wednesday night, we had the last two world champions play each other. That's the LeBron-less Lakers against the Milwaukee Bucks. The Bucks won the game by 7 points, 109 to 102. Giannis went bunkers for a hot 47. He was the high man of the game in general. The high man for the Lakers was Taylor Horton Tucker. He dropped 25 for the Lakers. So, with that said, Jay, what did you get out of this game? What was the high points and the low points that you pulled out of this game for both teams?
Well, I think both teams, setting it up of both of them. These are the two last NBA champions. Neither team looks capable of that at this particular moment in time. Definitely, the way Giannis played, that was no doubt his best game of the season. He was fantastic in all facets of the game, especially shooting the basketball. 18 for 23, 3 for 4 from downtown, and solid from the free throw line. 8 for 11. I think you'll take that 73%. Um, and the big point, what made it even more impressive for Giannis is that he was playing Anthony Davis, and Anthony Davis did not measure up in any way to what he should be doing. 18 points and 9 rebounds, 9 for 15, just not enough. Uh, when you're playing without LeBron James, you got, I understand LeBron being out, it matters. And I understand, like, even with LeBron, I would look at Giannis as the best player on the court at this stage, no disrespect. But you still do have, I mean, you still got AD and you still got Russell Westbrook. And it just makes you wonder why these guys weren't better. I mean, 37 points, 31 shots. I just didn't see enough from them. And it's just, if it's almost, and I'm looking at this from a futuristic standpoint, it's almost a bit of a preview for the Lakers post LeBron. And it goes back to maybe some things you've criticized AD before, if I'm remembering correctly. As a number one in New Orleans, really, what did you do? So now you have a situation where the Lakers been playing without LeBron for a stretch. It hasn't gone that well. They're out here treading water at 8-8, and not only is AD the one, but you have a really good number two in Russell Westbrook. So that doesn't look promising as you look ahead post LeBron, and just with all the trades that they've made to win right now. I mean, you got THT, you got Monk, Kendrick Nunn at some point will play, but outside of that, it's a bunch of like hired mercenaries. Like no one's building a team around Wayne Ellington and DeAndre Jordan. He's playing 5 minutes a game and just coming in to stretch his legs almost. It's just I'm looking. I know the Lakers are, the goal is to win right now, but I think like Rob Pelinka's done a really nice job of like just crafting this team to make it fit for right now. But at some point, you got to look long term. Long term with AD as your one, like what are you going to do? And AD's got to. You talked about it earlier before we got on about like is he hungry? And maybe it's a point, or either one of these teams hungry because they're your recent champions. Maybe that's a little bit of reason Milwaukee's starting slow. But yeah, from the Lakers, it's not promising. And I don't know if LeBron in year 19 can come in and just make this work all of a sudden because, I had questions about the whole LeBron Westbrook fit from the jump. And so I'm really concerned about the Lakers. We know the West it's competitive. It might not be as stout as it's been in recent years. But for the Bucks, I think as usual, I'm looking at two guys in Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday who much like last season, they'll determine how far the Bucks go. Giannis, he's gonna do what he does. If he's not the best player in the world, he's the second best player in the world. And I think what you saw last night from Giannis, that is the best player in the world. Because if he hits jump shots with any degree of regularity, I mean, it's over. Because that's the one huge advantage that KD has on him. KD can just score the ball from anywhere. He doesn't. I still think he's lost a little bit of that explosiveness getting to the rim, but it doesn't matter. He can still score from wherever. We saw it in the playoffs last year, including the semifinals against the Bucks Nets series. So, but yeah, I mean, Chris Middleton last night, I made a comment last night. This dude was a flat line in the first half. He didn't hit a shot from the floor until fairly late in the third quarter. He did hit a few big shots. He hit back-to-back threes that made a big difference. But I mean, Holiday, you know, we love Holiday for what he does, you know, on the defensive end. But I mean, I'm gonna tell you, like 14 points on the season on average is not gonna be enough. He's got to get his shot going. Both guys have struggled from the floor. We know Middleton is a guy who's normally in that 50-40-90 conversation. Right now, he's at about 42% from the floor and about 27% from three, respectively. And respectively, that's not good. And Holiday, he's under 40% from the floor overall. So I think once those guys get their shots going, and I think once you see Brook Lopez come back, you still don't have Dante DiVincenzo back. When you be able to slide Bobby Portis back to his bench role, because I love Portis coming off the bench for this team, that energy that he brings. And Pat Connaughton, both those guys, Connaughton and Portis really were the second and third best players from Milwaukee last night. But once they're whole again, and don't forget, like Lopez is a big part of this team too. I think Milwaukee's you're gonna see them start climbing up the standings a little bit. The Lakers, I think they're gonna get better. They have to. You can't have LeBron, AD, and Russell Westbrook playing and just play 500 basketball. That's just I just can't imagine that being the case. But come playoff time, I mean, we've just seen too many examples of Russell Westbrook in playoff basketball to where it doesn't work. You called it erratic earlier. I think it is erratic, and I'm to the point with Russell Westbrook that I just don't have a whole lot of faith in him unless he's in transition, just attacking repeatedly. And I mean, it's LeBron James. I don't think LeBron wants to be in a track meet at this stage of his career. I mean, it's almost like, you know, when Mike D'Antoni came to coach the Lakers, when they had a 40-year-old Steve Nash, Kobe Bryant, Artest, he was slow, or World Peace, whatever he was going by at the time. And then you got Gasol and Dwight Howard. Like, we don't need a track meet right now. Play some half-court ball. It don't make no sense. So I'm concerned about the Lakers. I do feel confident Milwaukee's going to get this thing going pretty quickly.
Yeah, so just a little admin note. This game was played on Wednesday night.
Right.
So, okay. First of all, for the Lakers and my fellow Laker fans, think about how outrageous it sounds when you say, hey, when LeBron come back, we're going to be better. You talking about LeBron that's in year 19. So we're depending on a player that's in year 19. Just sit back, let that marinate a little bit, and think about that. Year 19, right? That's what we would depend on. And for what it's worth, LeBron is a top 5 player still in year 19. But the guy that we both think is number one, no less than number 2, Giannis, comes in to your house. AD and Westbrook together dropped 37 points. You said that. Giannis by himself drops 47 points. Oh, by the way, AD played 1 minute more than Giannis did. Oh, by the way, Giannis went straight at AD. It wasn't no hey, excuse me, man. I know you're a defense player of the year candidate. Let me move around the side. No, Giannis said, hey, I'm hungry and it's time to eat.
Yep.
And if I gotta go through you to eat, I guess I'm gonna go through you and eat. Finish him. Fatality. Like, listen. I think the Lakers are in trouble. I really do. And here's why. Can they fix it? Yes. As a Lakers fan, first of all, I for one justified this Westbrook thing because I was like, hey, he hungry. So he'll be a guy that'll be able to take care of the ball handling duties when LeBron ain't playing. Because in year 19, you know he gonna miss a good amount of games. And Westbrook has not lived up to the bill. I'm sorry, but he just have not lived up to the bill. If you actually watch Westbrook play this year, I have not seen a guy that missed so many layup, 3 points, and free throws, and we call him a superstar. I mean, literally, Westbrook, we consider him a superstar, and this guy can't make a point-blank layup to save his life. God forbid if he go to the free throw line in the last minute of the game. Oh, you know what, Westbrook? Wide open three, man. Go on, hit that for the game. Oh, no, you can't clink brick? Okay, cool. And that's supposed to be your second best player. Then you got AD out here looking like a doggone Jello commercial because he's just as soft as it gets. He got Giannis just going through his chest to get to the rim. I mean, Giannis was feeling himself so much last night that he went 3 from 4 from the 3-point line. Mm-hmm. That's when you know you're feeling yourself, when you're Giannis. 3 points away from 50. Oh, you know our best defensive player was out there. Oh, yeah, AD was out. Oh, okay. Well, I'm a guess because he was playing so much good defense that he only scored 18 points. That's how good he was playing on defense. He came out there with the old Drew Holiday special. I'm going to play good defense, so don't worry about the scoring. This is unacceptable when the best player for the Lakers, was a guy that was pretty much overshadowed until the Lakers wouldn't give him up for Kyle Lowry. And that's THT. Oh, by the way, THT just came back off injury. I think this is like his third game off of injury. And he'd come back to be marginally the best player. He played 39 minutes last night. This team was supposed to be built to be able to withstand the storm without LeBron. Yet and still, they're 500, but how many of those games LeBron? Because LeBron played a little bit before he went on his hiatus. And primetime basketball, listen, I'm just going to keep it real. I'm trying to be nice because I'm a Lakers supporter here, but this crap is not, what? Playoffs? You talking playoffs? Listen. Yo, this might be another first round exit messing around with this crap right here. I'm telling you right now, if Westbrook don't show that he can do something other than turn over the ball, and AD don't drop his sack for lack of term, if he don't become a man sometime soon, this is ridiculous. Yo, I've never seen. He has to be the softest defensive of the year candidate I ever seen. You let Giannis come here and go right through your chest all game long. Every day of the week I'm open, twice on Sunday. That's what Giannis did. Giannis said, hey, Middleton, you look like you want to take the night off. Go ahead. Hey, look, Holiday, we love your defense. We love what you do on the defense side.
Take a holiday.
You know what I'm saying? Take a holiday. No pun intended. But listen, they don't play that good of offense, so we kind of don't need your top-notch elite level of defense. So you could kind of just, mail that thing in without a stamp. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we saw on Wednesday. I mean, granted, the Lakers fought back. They ended up losing the game by 7. But all in all, listen, this is the NBA. Let's keep it real here. We didn't tune in to watch Pat Connaughton versus Malik Monk. You said that. That ain't what we tuned in to watch. We tuned in to watch Giannis, Middleton, Holiday, AD, Westbrook, even Carmelo. That's what we tuned in to watch, right? And I'm sorry, but Giannis is the only guy that we tuned in to watch that actually showed up to play. Everybody else kind of just was like, hey, appreciate that ESPN, appreciate that TNT. We're going to holler at you. And I'm one of these people, I don't expect teams to play to their top optimal ability every night because you play 82 games. And I got it. That lonely, cold, frisky night on Wednesday, yeah, you might have barely did. I got that. But at the end of the day, man, honestly, what is AD's calling card?
You asking, is that rhetorical or you want me to say something?
No. That's a real question. Well, what is AD calling card? If you had to give me one attribute, what is his best attribute?
I think reputationally speaking, it'd start with what he can do on the defensive side. Offensively, just his versatility and how many different things he can do. But I think your assessment is correct. Yeah, Giannis dominated him, which is kind of, if you're looking at this game with no LeBron, it's the Giannis AD matchup. And, I talked about, post the bubble championship, like it'd be a great argument that Anthony Davis is a top 5 player in this league. Well, if you can't get blitzed to that degree in an individual matchup when you're a defensive player of the year candidate, and you have just a terrific skill set and it was just not on display last night. It was very disappointing.
Listen to the stat line for AD. I'm looking at this stat line. I'm like, oh, this is beautiful here. 18 points, 37 minutes, 9 of 15 from the field, which is not bad. I'm not knocking that. 0 for 1 from the 3, not really concerned with that. 9 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 blocks, and he was a +5 differential.
The one thing not in there is he didn't attempt a free throw. That would be something to be quite alarming.
AD, you score 18 points, you only give me 10, you give me 9 rebounds. Like, can you make yourself useful? Like, I say this a lot to you. If you're not gonna do what you're known for doing, please do something else. Remember in the NBA Finals, I said this about Devin Booker. If you're not going to score the ball, can you give me something else? And he can't give you nothing else.
And that was pretty fouls.
That was pretty evident, pretty fast, right? This is why I'm a little frustrated with AD, because now not only did you not give me the defense, you didn't give me the offense. You don't give me no leadership. What in the hell do you give me, man? What are you giving me as the number 1 guy when LeBron is off? And then you bring, like you said, Westbrook, the 3rd best player on the court. He gave me 19 points in 36 minutes. He went 7 for 16, which for him is not all that bad. He actually hit two out of 5 threes, so that ain't bad. And he went 3 for 4. So, you know what? I mean, at least he gave me 15 assists. You know what I'm saying? At least he was doing something. Usually he ain't giving you 15 assists either. He just out here just flopping around, just yelling at people. Man, I'm a little upset with this. Either way, so let me listen. Good win for the Bucks. Like you said, the Bucks got a lot of things going on. Probably the reason why they're not in a better position. No Brook Lopez. Holiday still on a holiday. He probably over there wondering what the protocol gonna be for the NBA for Thanksgiving. And Middleton, Middleton. That's how Middleton do. Middleton reminds me. They do this disappear and then they come back and they disappear and then they come back and they they both like max contract guys that disappear and come back and hey guys, I'm still here. Like that's Middleton. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Parallel with Tobias Harris. So either way, good win for them. I hope if these teams meet again, which I think they will meet, and when Milwaukee is at home, we need a better performance from AD and Westbrook. I mean, you cannot hinge your season on a guy that's in year 19. You just can't do that. That's not a good plan. I don't think that's a feasible plan. And it's just unacceptable as a Laker fan.